The name of this lesson is Introducing Eighth Notes. So that's the big learning objective. The first one, capital letters, Introducing Eighth Notes. We learned about eighth notes, their value, and how to count them instead of just counting 1, 2, 3, 4. We counted 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And we put all that into practice on our bass with some exercises. And the exercises focused on using both fingers of our right hand, our picking hand, which was again new. We hadn't done that in earlier lesson, and alternating to share the workload. So
we started with 1 2 1 2 1 2,
and we tried to 2 1 2 1 2, and we tried to do that practiced over and over and over so that it became automatic. So and we need to get that technique under control, comfortable with it, a natural sort of automatic pilot, so that we can use it later to play the later exercises in lesson 2, which are different rock grooves.
Rock grooves.
Yeah, so we're ready to rock out with the band.
I like it. So what are we going to do first before we can get to our rock grooves?
Yeah, what we need to do is the only outstanding objective, which was, do you remember?
Well, I think I saw a little sneak preview of it.
There it is. It's playing with a plectrum.
Yes.
Or a pick. Some people call it a pick, some people call it a plectrum. I guess they call it a pick because you use it to pick the strings. So here's one for you.
Many thanks. Thank you for bringing this in. How much do these cost?
Oh, very expensive, I can't tell you.
I don't think so.
So our plectrum or our pick, you just hold it between your thumb and first finger. Perfect, what a natural.
Thumb and first finger?
Yeah.
And just sort of with the pointing out, obviously my nails are a bit too long, I could use my nails as a
Yeah, they might need a bit of a manicure. Do it afterwards. So yeah, just use that pointed bit, as you say, to strike the string. Okay,
and do you sort of bunch your fist up, or...?
You need to be comfortable, don't you, really? So we don't want too much tension, but if you want to curl the fingers, maybe is a better word than bunch, then that would be good, yeah.
All right.
So we're looking at plectrum technique. Let's have a look at the video clip and see it in action.
Here we go.
There's a video clip here on the Gigajam media files.
These guys think of everything, don't they?
They do. And there it comes. And
we hold the plectrum between the thumb and the first finger. We then use alternate up and down strokes.
There's a little chat about how to hold it, and also using a technique of going up and down on the strings. Is that something we're going to be looking at?
Yeah, using a pick is an alternative to playing with fingers. It's not better, it's just different. You'll have seen loads of videos of bands with the bass player using his fingers, and easily an equal number of bands playing bass using a plectrum. So it's just an alternative. No fingers involved with the plectrum except to hold it. With the fingers we did alternating, so we need a kind of equivalent method or system. And as was explained there on the little video clip, we, instead of just using the pick in one direction all the time, we use the kind of down and up strokes. Down and up.
Because I suppose when you're playing it, I mean, if you were doing it, just hitting it down all the time, you've got to bring it up again to start the note, haven't you?
So you might as well use that energy rather than wasting it, yeah.
Exactly.
And down and up strokes are articulated, explained. There's the downstroke.
So that sort of that almost looks like the top of an eighth note.
It does,
you know, where
indeed,
it links it together.
Yeah,
a little bridge.
And then a V, as it were, for up.
Okay.
So that first exercise there is exactly the exercise we were playing earlier.
Yes.
Using eighth notes in the second bar, playing the open A string and alternating with the right hand fingers. But what we'll do now is exactly the same exercise. The only difference is we're now using the pick, and instead of 1 and 2, it's down and up.
Okay, and this one we're keeping it down all the time for the first lot, for the quarters.
Yes, down strokes for the quarter notes, and then where it gets busier and we're doing the alternating, or we would have been alternating with the fingers, we'll do the equivalent of alternating with the pick down and up.
All right, well, let's see how it's done on the Gigajam side of things.
Let's do it.
Open up the video.
Thank you.
And there it is. Going down, and then the up and down.
Okay.
So a bar of quarters, a bar of eighths, on the quarters down on each note.
Yeah.
On the eighths down.
So I'm watching what's happening. Can I have a go?
All right.
Great.
Let me load up the extractor whilst you're getting
I'm just
ready.
Preparing. I'm just getting ready.
Is it important to be comfortable?
Always, yeah. You know, just check your posture, make sure you're sitting comfortably. You're going to be spending a long time practicing, so make sure you're cool and comfortable.
You better be spending a long time practicing.
That's the idea, isn't it? You know, practice makes perfect.
And that's what we want to be.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that in later lessons. I'm ready when you are.
Alright, so this is exercise 3.
I'm getting ready to play with my plectrum using downstrokes and upstrokes.
Alright, I'm hitting play.
Go. Downstrokes.
Say that.
Haha.
3. I'm playing this on the E string, yeah?
Why should I have all the fun?
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I got that wrong.
Your left hand on the 5th fret, first finger.
Okay. Do you know what I'm having a tendency to do?
Yeah.
When we go into the quarter notes, I almost want to start on an upstroke. I've got to really say to myself, no, you're starting on a downward stroke.
Right. Just program that. Down,
it's in my head.
Down, down.
Down, down.
Up, down, up.
Down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Oh, I've just dropped my plectrum. I can't play
I'm still
on.
going.
I'm going to stop you there.
Okay, you need a bit more practice.
Yes.
Or some super glue.
Can you get that for plectrums? That would be a nice idea, wouldn't it?
So that was exercise 3, using the plectrum to play down and up strokes. It's still kind of an alternating, it's kind of an alternative to finger alternating, but just using the plectrum to maximise our energy
and that was
that float.
For me, that was tricky, and obviously that's something I'm going to have to practice. And even though we're going to move on to the next exercise,
you can stay behind after this and we'll practice it.
That's what I need to be doing, and that's what you need to be doing as well.
The next exercise kind of puts it all together. So what we've been doing is learning about 8th notes, and we've been using A to play those 8th notes. And in the first half, we used our fingers, 1 and 2, alternating, and in this half, we started using the plectrum. So we're going to put all that together now. We're going to use fingers, we're going to use the plectrum, and we're going to use the A note and also the G note. So not only playing the 5th fret, playing the 3rd fret.
Okay, so this is all on the E string, but it's the 5th being the A and the 3rd being the G.
Absolutely, yeah, and this is a big part of the Gigajam thing, tying it all together. All the skills that you pick up as you go along, just grouping them, you know, accumulating them, and putting them all together in a different exercise to play a rock groove. So this is exercise 4.
Yeah.
And you can see the marking there, the counting.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we've got a mixture of quarters and 8th notes there.
Very good. And I'll play it first with a pick.
Yes.
And then I'll demonstrate exactly the same exercise with fingers.
Okay. I'm going to give you a backing track to go along with here.
You're very kind. Thank you.
I know. So here we go.
I'm ready.
It starts easy-ish because we've got the quarter notes, which is what we're familiar with, and then it's those 8th notes as well. So combining it together, as is the Gigajam way.
Thanks for reminding me. That wasn't very good.
I was going to say you missed your 3rd note there.
I was thinking about the plectrum because there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
There's a kind of a coordination problem.
There is a lot to think about.
Which is why I'm not talking much.
No, that's all right. I'll let you concentrate.
So down, down, down,
and
up, down.
Down, up, down. So I'm going to concentrate on your left hand first.
Okay. Down, down.
Down, up, down. Down, 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 up, down. So that's our quarters, and then there's our 8.
And what I forgot to do the first time, because I too was concentrating too much on my left hand, was change from A, G, G, A, G, G, A.
So we're just changing to the G on the 8th notes.
There you go. And what I'm going to try and do is do what you did just now.
What
Drop
did
my
I
pick
do?
up drop my plectrum, and seamlessly, sort of,
yeah. I mean,
alternating.
There must be so many variations that we can do with this. We've learnt these notes now. We could sort of even make up our own exercises, maybe.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's a good thing. I think I did that a lot with practice in the early days. When you play somebody's exercises, like the Gigajam exercises, and there are many more in this lesson still to help you practice and get ready for, you know, playing these rock grooves, practicing to get ready to play in the band. What I used to do was play them and then do my own versions of them and have some fun and exercise that kind of creative imagination. Yeah, different combinations. That's really what's happening in these other exercises in this lesson. Different variations of the same exercises.
Absolutely. I mean, what it's probably important to say, and as we've kept saying, is that we only have half an hour together, jamming away, going through the exercises. You need to be spending a bit more time. You need to be practicing them until you feel comfortable.